I have the power to see into the future. Maybe a shock to you. Oh my god, random girl with glasses. Oh my god, she's got the power to found a Titan. Yeah, I do. And to prove it, I will be committing mass war crime. Sorry. Guessing the plot of Andor Season 2 correctly. My theories are objective in fact. This is 100% what happens and cannot be argued with. Everything is real and true and true and real. In all seriousness, this is just for funsies. I wanted to draw like cute little dudes exploding shit because why not? But it's all just for funsies. Got my Star Wars cup. I've gathered all the information that I'm using today from watching season 1 and also watching the 2 Andor season 2 trailers that are available. And here's what we know. The season is split into 4 arcs. There's 1 year time jump from season 1, and the timeline spans those 4 years, leading directly into Rogue One. So with that, I have created the official, unofficial timeline. Oh, my bad. That one's just for me. That one's just for me. Now, this is the official, unofficial timeline. Note that the facts are in red and the blue are just little theories. Here's everyone that I drew for this video. Cassian Andor, of course. Biggs, Presto, Luthen, Clea, Mon, Citavel, Didra, Cyril, Tay, Devo, Solid, Lottie, Critic, Melshi, Target, K2, and B. Hey, thank you, little guy, for coming in today. I know you have such a very busy schedule. And with that, let's begin. Ba, 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 ba. So we start on Chandrila, Mon Mothma's homeworld, for her daughter's Chandrilan wedding with the banker Devo's son. Because Mon is a little bit hungry to get her baddie monies transferred without the Empire noticing. Since the first episode is after the last season, and that's kind of enough time to plan a wedding, you know, under fraudulent circumstances. So it starts with panic, last minute wedding setup, Devo and Mon tension. I mean, I wouldn't put it against her. Meanwhile, on a wheat planet, anyone with a gluten allergy? Grow up. Brasso, Biggs, and B are ambushed on their safe gluten planet because of the Ferrix rebellion at the end of season 1. Stormtroopers are berating. Brasso takes a speeder to distract and detour the troops. And at the same time, Cassian is on a rebel mission to get information on a new TIE fighter model. Oh my god, what the hell? In which he yoinks it and pew 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 the entire hangar while he does his rebel pilot things. Oh shit! This TIE has hyperdrive. Russell gets shot off the speeder and then quickly restrained. And B tries to get the stormtroopers off of Brasso. What are you doing with Brasso? But it's no use. They shot B and they destroyed him. Cassian arrives with the TIE fighter prototype after blowing up the entire hangar. And he's ready to eat some Imperial crumbs. And would you look at that? Stormtroopers are frolicking through the wheat fields. Perfect target practice. But unknowing to him, his best friend Brasso is restrained. And amidst the chaos, Brasso gets shot and killed. When Cass lands, Bix hugs him, distraught. Then Cass sees B's empty shell in pieces on the ground. And next to him is Brasso. And his life drains from his eyes. But he's even more determined now to play his role in this war. Cass and Biggs plan to bring Brasso over to Ferrix for the Rix Road funeral commemoration. You know, what they did in season 1 for Marva. But instead they witnessed the demolition of Rix Road firsthand under per-more jurisdiction. Rix Road is built of dead people? How evil you gotta be to do that? Secretly, the two plant explosives on the demolishy-wallishy thingies, I don't know what they're called, and stop destruction of their home and their people. Kablamo! Vel and Cinta are here too, but Vel dyed her hair. Emo girl art? Cinta must have broken her heart. Or she died. Meanwhile, on the dark side of things, Dedra has been continuing to climb ranks at the ISB, using Cyril and his love for justice and structure to her advantage, but also taking advantage of his love for her. But Krennic's appearance makes it very difficult for her to play her way to the top. To the top of ISB or the top of Cyril? Arc 2! Biggs and Cass have been living on Coruscant since, you know, the toast got burnt. And by toast, I mean Brasso. Sorry, buddy. Their apartment? Perfect place for a super intimate romance scene between serial star-crossed lovers. Cass and Biggs, of course. Luthen has been busy being the king of rebels, you know, doing king shit. So Clea has been meeting with Cass in his place. She's gathered intel about a weapon the Empire is working on, but she's pretty angry at Cass because he's stealing her place as Luthen's right-hand man. Jealousy, jealousy. But while being left alone, Bix gets attacked by the Empire. Knowing bad shit went down in that apartment, Cass suggests they blow it up, leaving no evidence or memory of them being there. Cass and Bix are needed at the Gorman protests to help with the rebel connections and make sure their Empire doesn't repeat Rick's Road again. Bix is traumatized from the recent events. She's not really thinking straight and she wants the Empire taken down now. Cass doesn't want anything to happen to her though, and tells her to stay behind. Cass leaves for Gorman, leaving Bix all alone. Silly boy. But she goes to the ISB headquarters and literally shoots up the place. She gets caught though, biting off more than what she can chew. She doesn't care. She wants the Empire to suffer. And she doesn't care if she goes down with them. And that's exactly what happens. She walks up and offers the ISB homemade sourdough! JK, it's a bomb! Kablamo! Meanwhile, Dedra and Cyril are getting close. I'd like to think they get a little... if you know what I mean. Dedra finds Cyril's determination alluring. Cyril is quite distracted though by her dominance, and he loses focus on the work. 2012 Tumblr is frothing at the mouth for this ship. Dude, the fanfics that are gonna come out about them, crazy. I'm just saying it now. It's gonna be insane. And listen, you're probably wondering why I haven't spoken about Saw yet. And I have big ideas. I have big ideas that Saw takes the extremist route. We all know this from Rogue One. But I have a feeling that Saw and his fleet, you know, might sabotage our rebel base, perhaps. Not sure how he gets there though, but as Mon says in Rogue One, his militancy has caused the Alliance a great many problems. That's my best Mon impression. He and Mon also often argued about strategy and tactics that took place within the Rebel Alliance. And keep in mind his condition in Rogue One. The respirator, the missing leg. This man is about to go through some crazy shit. But Saw isn't always a good guy though. He's got a lot of bullshit. His bullshit killed his sister. His bullshit killed Tech. I'm still mad about that one. But what does he do before breaking off from the Alliance? I actually do not know. I sat here and I pondered day and night in hopes that I could get some sort of creative juice flowing, like something. I have been stuck to this desk writing for days. Cook up some magic, nothing happens. So instead, I ask you, let me know in the comments what you think. What's gonna happen with him? Arc 3! Okay, so news of a peaceful protest spread across the galaxy. This protest alerts Luthen, of course, as he can use it as fuel against the Empire. So he leaks some sort of information that puts a target on the people of Gorman. Luthen sees opportunity. Turn Gorman into a propaganda to rally new rebel systems. Purposefully leaking this information could result in the people of Gorman being harmed or much worse, massacred. Dedra speculates someone is leaking info within the ISB. After all, how could Cassian know of the TIE fighter prototype that was under wraps? She tells different ISB officers variations of the same plan, so if the plan gets leaked, she'll know exactly who leaked it. Think Tyrion, Game of Thrones. Smart guy. Smart girl. Both have a temper. They look extremely alike. Twins, if in fact. The planet of Gorman is being watched because of their resistance to the Empire and their demand for better treatment, parallel to the real world. Because of their public outcry, the Empire is watching and making an example out of them. They're using it for propaganda. Again, parallel to the real world. Speaking of Gorman, Cassian is undercover on Gorman to assist a rebel contact. Officially, they're going to negotiate humanitarian support for the protesters during the Imperial blockade. Unofficially, he has a side mission of assassinating Krennic. And I mean by unofficially is that he wants to do that himself. You know, Cass, playing outside of the lines. Mon gets whispers in the Senate that Tarkin is planning to escalate containment. The rebels have to act fast. Lonnie tells Luthen of Dedra's plan. The plan, you ask? I don't know. I'm not Tony fucking Gilroy, but this confirms Lonnie is the leak in the ISB to Dedra. Just as the rebellion got its footing and thought they were one step ahead of the Empire, disaster breaks out. This peaceful protest turned mayhem. Cass's cover is blown. He was seen with a mysterious bag. What was inside? Guns. He pew-pews all over the fucking place. Pew, 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 pew. Mass casualties, stormtroopers finally hitting their shots on Gorman civilians. What was once a peaceful protest is now an Imperial-caused bloodbath. Standard Empire shit. But Cyril is on Gorman. He sees what the Empire is doing firsthand, in shock watching the casualties of civilians when it didn't need to go this far. This is his turning point. Not quite for the rebellion, but he's tired of the meaningless death and destruction. So he grabs as many Gorman civilians as he can and he escapes with them. But how did it all escalate? It was Luthen's doing. He needed the perfect plot to air out in the galaxy and invite new rebels, and have the people rallying against the Empire. Mon learns from Clea that Luthen was being naughty, and she is not happy. In fact, she's furious. Yeah, that's how Luthen dies. Mon kills him. JK. Arc 4! Fast forward, Mon reports to the Senate after hearing about the Gorman massacre. She delivers a powerful speech against the Empire. Oh my god, blah, 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 the rebels, there's hope, and hope is built on rebellion. Yahoo! I denounce Emperor Palpatine! Ah! The Senate is left with questions. Is Moth telling the truth? She gets booed at, clearly not opening their eyes in the harm of the Empire. The Senate is a lost cause. She announces her step down from the Senate and gets the fuck out of there. Mon isn't safe at home, though, after all these events. Perrin, gambling Perrin, sells her out to Krennic in exchange for protection and privilege for him and Leda, who refuse to join the rebellion. So Mon has to leave, and guess who's escorting her off Coruscant? None other than Cassian. The Empire projects holograms of Grand Moff Tarkin. Mon Mothma has committed treason across the galaxy for her acts against the Empire. Blah, 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 blah. Kill her. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck the rebels. The rebellion is in shambles after the massacre. Everything they stood for being washed away with their own blood, spewed by the Empire. Mon goes into hiding, wanted for treason. 5 wanted police stars. It ain't easy being wanted. I would know. Luthen has a focus on Sith artifacts, as he has some in his antique shop, shown in Season 1. Yavin 4 is an ancient Sith stronghold. The Misasi temples were created by Sith slaves. Kinda perfect for concealing a fleet. It's easy to imagine Luthen being the one who takes the rebels to Yavin 4, giving him a long-lasting legacy. But when Dedra had Lonnie tortured to death, he fed her info on Axis. Luthen. She knows of his antique shop, and she does not hesitate. She encounters Clea at the shop, shoots up the place. Pew, pew, pew. Clea, and she's coming for Luthen next. The rebels are over. And oh, Luthen. I believe Luthen will die in the shadows. Maybe by Cassian, as Cassian ascends to be kind of a rebel leader. He was trained by Luthen. Cass is also Luthen's shadow in the first season. Luthen wanted to kill him off because he was a loose end. Now, roles reversed. Something about this makes sense for Cass to end his life for the sake of the rebellion. And the Cass was given the info for Yavin 4 for the rebels to take base and set up their alliance. Luthen dies before the sunrise that he will never see, aka the rebel alliance formed in the demolish of the Empire. You get what I mean. I cannot for the life of me think of where K2 enters the picture, but I think it would be poetic in some sort of way for B to be part of K2's reprogramming. But again, I cannot figure it out when or where this will happen in the story. I suspect it's after Bix's death, so K2 can be Cassian's only remaining companion from Ferrix, but no idea. No idea. You guys can speculate. And that is how the plot of Andor Season 2 will occur. Are there major plot holes? Yes. Is it actually going to happen? Also, no, fuck no. But I had a lot of fun theorizing and trying to kind of piece this puzzle together. If you have any other theories of how this season will play out, by all means, please let me know in the comments. And thank you, little guy. You'll receive your paycheck later. And thank you for watching.